I sort of developed my own paradigm for evaluation and proof of damages that I've been using for all those years. What we don't do, what we fail to do as lawyers, is understand the importance of availability concept. I've always called it the spotlight theory as far as lawyers are concerned. The jurors will focus in deliberation where the evidence was focused in trial. What we don't do, we save the damages for closing argument. I'm going to give up there and do exactly what I did in that case in 1971. I'm going to give a slam-bang closing argument. They're going to bring in damages, and it's going to get set aside because I did not make the proof. So I learned the hard way in that case that I had to have proof to back up everything I said. So let's talk about how do you go about using, what is availability? The availability has an unconscious mind appeal. It goes directly to the unconscious mind of your jurors. The more evidence that you produce, and I understand this, I'm not talking about repetition of the same evidence. I'm talking about redundancy of your theme on evidence. It's coming at damages evidence from every different direction. Lay testimony, expert testimony, documentary evidence, demonstrative evidence, a body of evidence. And if you create a body of evidence, this can lead to focus in the conscious mind as well. So you're hitting all parts of the brain that are going to be deciding how much money your client gets. The unconscious mind appeal, the availability, is extremely important to the majority of today's jurors because now what we're getting are mostly the millennials. There are 86 million millennials. There are 40 million Gen Xers, and there are 80 million boomers, but most of the boomers have figured out how to get out of jury duty by now. So we're trying cases to our Gen Xers. They are very, very, very much unconscious mind people. So let's take a look at this. How many squares do you see in this box, in the screen? Okay. There's 16. But are there really? Okay. Now, it says 16 because that's all the evidence I'm presenting to you. If you look at it further, if I bring more evidence, there are actually 18. If I bring you more evidence through if I make available to you more evidence, there are really 22. I can make available further evidence that show that there are 26, 28, 30, 31, 32. So what I've actually done, now you see the availability, I made available to you 16, and then I kept adding what was available to you, and you saw that it actually doubled. That's what we have to do with damages. We have to make available evidence of damage. Arguments are fun. Evidence is hard, but you got to have both. So let's talk about how do we decide how to do that. How can you go about that? My position is that we should create a body of evidence that supports each individual element of damages.